Okay, so I'm going to make a really quick video on how to magnetize MDF bases into movement trays and into a storage box. So here are my orcs and goblins, which not painted, but they need. These are the army that I'm going to be working on over the course of a while, I think. But you can see they are all magnetized into their movement trays and then magnetized into. Careful. There goes that, but that doesn't matter. Magnetized into here, as you can see. Look. So these ones fell because they weren't in properly, because they don't fit the movement trays. I need to sand the edges down. But yeah, the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this with my dwarfs, and I'll show you how it's done. Let me go grab them, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the materials I'm going to use. Okay, so we've got my unit of dwarf quarrelers. They're nothing on them, just normal MDF bases. Now, there's no way to stick a magnet in there to magnetize with anything, so we've got to come up with a different solution. I'm sure you have all know what this is. It is just magnetic sheeting. However, if you've got two magnetic sheetings and you stick them together, it's not a very strong connection at all. They're not designed to stick to other magnets, they're designed to stick to something metallic. So, after a little bit of research, a friend of mine found this. It is, what is it called? It's like ferro rubber or something it's called. I'll put a link to it in the description, and I'll show a picture on the screen here somewhere of what it looks like on Amazon. And it is basically, it's rubber with like tiny iron shavings, iron particles throughout it. It's been rolled into a sheet, and it is a much stronger connection for the magnetic sheets to stick to. It's much stronger. And so what we'll do is I'll put the magnetic sheet on their bases. So this will go on the underside of their bases. And then I will line the inside of the movement tray with the metal sheet, the metal rubber, rubberized metal. We're doing it in one take. This on the inside of there. Then I will also, on the bottom of the movement tray, I will put more of this, the magnetic sheet. And then in one of the really useful boxes that I showed you earlier, I will line the inside of it with the metallic rubber. So give me 2 minutes and I will grab the stuff that I need to cut this out, and I'll come back and I'll show you. It's a really simple process, but I'll show you anyway, just to show you what I'm going to be doing. Because there's a couple of little tips that I can give you to make sure that you're fitting again correctly. Okay, so this is very neat. We need a Sharpie, a pen, other markers are available. Scissors, because this stuff's super easy to cut through. But we also need a very a sharp knife. This is brand new, so the blade is sharp. And this is just for trimming all the edges later on. You just want to cut this with the scissors to start off with. So I think the first one we'll do is we'll cut this out of here. We'll line the movement tray first. So like I said, it's really straightforward. I found the best way to do it is to just move everything that's in the way. Is the best thing to do. And then get one of your previous cut corners and then just put a little mark where your edges. Okay, maybe we should do it with an actual corner actually. Yeah, scratch that. Got that right here. We'll do it with an actual corner. So then I can mark both corners. Okay. Take two. Say we're doing the same cut. So we'll mark both corners here and here. And then what we can do is we just use the movement tray itself. And we will line it up with those marks we just made. And it's better to be a bit big than a bit small. Okay, so that should fit. And the golden rule of thumb is measure twice, cut once, right? So let's measure it up. Yep, looks okay. Looks good. Okay, let me cut this out and I'll come back and then we can work out what to do when it's a little bit too big. Alright, so just cut it out with some scissors. Super easy to cut out. Let's see. Did we measure it correctly? Okay, so it's a little bit long. A little bit long, a little bit wide with a thin corner, so I didn't cut a straight line. But that's okay. We can just, which corner do we think? This corner. Just trim a little bit off the edge there. Okay, perfect. Does that fit now? More or less. I can always trim it down again once I get it in. It is better to be a bit small. So make sure it fits properly. Okay, what we'll do, we'll just give it a good old cut. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit small. As long as it's not a base size too small, then we're all good. Perfect. Again, this stuff is self-adhesive, which is great. And then, literally just stick it in. Oh my god, I'm making such a pig through this. It's so sticky. Okay. How have I put that in so wonky? Got a bit of working time now, so luckily, otherwise I'd be looking real stupid right now. No one's ever going to see this video. I'm not even going to put it out because I look like a fool. A damn fool. Alright. Okay. It's in. Push it all down. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Next thing. These guys. What I'll do is I'll mark one off. You see. Wonderful. You can't see it, my finger's in the way. Got a little mark. Doop. Same as before. Amazing. Use this thing as my guide. Again, these things don't matter if they're too small. And then what I'll do is I'll cut one out. Or I'll use it to cut a bunch of them out. Now, this may not be the most efficient way to do this, but believe you me, this is how I've been doing it. So, that's stuck on there. Okay, perfect. So this is going to be a bit big. These are better to be too big and too small. Opposite of the previous one. So then what we're going to do is we'll get our knife. Be incredibly careful when you do this. And we are just going to place it up against the edge of the wooden base and slice it. That's why you need the knife to be sharp. Slice it along to make sure you get all of the excess magnetic sheet off so that they rank up properly. Because you've got a little bit sticking over here, the bases won't fit in the moving tray, and it'll be a bad time. Be careful, go slowly, take your time. Make sure having a sharp knife is so important. There we go. First one done. Just got to do another 100 dwarfs and my army will be done, no problem. Alright, let me get them all done, stuck in, and then I will come back and you can see what they look like. Alright, so we're all done. I've got them all stuck in, as you can see. Alright, this is test time. Oh. And you can see I've also put, this is the magnetic strip on the bottom, and then I'll line the inside of the case with the iron, the ferro rubber. But I'm going to do one last thing before I end the video, and I'm going to do the edge of the movement tray to match the bases, so that it becomes one full unit. But yeah, they're all just magnets on the bottom, stuck in. Right, I'll get this done and then I'll come back and show you the final result. Alright, so you can probably hear the rain in the background, but I need to get this done. So I need to get this finished. And we're done. Look at this. If you can... It's all... Wow, so beautiful. And all stuck. I've got a few more of these to do, but it doesn't take too long. And I think the result is well worth it. So, yeah. If you have any questions about it, just put them down below in the comments, I suppose. And obviously, yeah, like and subscribe. That would help. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of in July. So I'd like to get to 100 before August. I've got about 20 to go. So it's optimistic, but I think I can do it, hopefully. Maybe. Anyway, bye.